Omar, you ready to rock? Okay.
Omar, did you tell that
All right.
goddess I said hello? No. I said, did you tell
That's not what she
that
said.
goddess that I said hello?
Oh. It's the same. I did not. I can tell her after this. I can tell her post.
But then she won't know for like an hour.
You won't know my love exists.
See,
She
now
don't
you
hear me.
put
All right,
now you
she
put
gonna
Omar in
do it for an
purgatory.
I tried. You saw me.
Omar's somewhere between life and death, between going to the podcast and answering his call. He's like, Timmy?
She might be in Yote. That's why she's not answer. She might be in Yote.
Listen.
She loves Ghost of Yote Legends.
That's so funny. I tell I still want to take her because she's playing on she's still playing on her PC.
Yeah.
You know? Tell her I want to take her and whoever else through Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
Doing some co-op in Baldur's Gate 3 like that.
Well,
would be
I've never finished Baldur's
fun.
Gate 3. I've never finished
Oh.
it because I get so distracted because there's too much shit to do by myself. I need to play with other people so that I stay on task and I'm not lagging behind.
This is the stream. This is the stream right here. So we need.
Did we just form an alliance?
I think we did. So if we get one other person that wants to play, or we can do whatever we want with the co-op. But yeah, I think that's the jam right there. Welcome to Do It for the Lore. My name is William.
I'm Nolly.
You can't do the turn. You have to
She did a long pause. She did a long pause. So I was gonna be like, all right, here comes a long pause.
Preempt the turn. So you can't. We can't throw it to you and then you turn and turn back. You have to already be turned.
That wasn't even a turn. I was going in for the long pause because he said, "Oh, it's because it was a long pause."
Nigga, say your name. Nigga, say your name.
I'm
Who
Omar.
is you?
How you
Who
guys
is
doing?
you?
I'm Omar. I'm Omar.
Get on my damn nerves. This is Do It for the Lore, y'all. Thank y'all. Welcome back. Please don't forget to like the video, to comment on the video, to subscribe to the channel. We are at like 4,300 subscribers for the channel. Like, I would love to see. We should be able to hit 5K by the end of the year.
Yes.
For real. So, subscribe. Help us out. Yo, how y'all doing?
You always ask this. You always ask this.
Because I'm genuinely want to know.
Better. Doing better.
Nolly.
Doing my best.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Which is better. Which is better.
Bare minimum, but fuck it.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Nolly coming to us from Witsec. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Locations unknown. Got hand outside the door. You know what I'm saying? Maximum security.
Like, what lores? I never even. What fiction realm is that from? What's
Ain't Narnia, nigga. I know that. But I'm glad you, even being on the road, Nolly, you can join us. How's your trip so far?
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. As an autistic who hates masking all day long. There's only so much. I just want the free stuff. Just give me the freebies is what I came for. And I also came here for the food per diem. Okay. I'm trying to not worry about my meals. I'm trying to take showers as long as I want to because I don't got to worry about my utilities. Okay. I'm trying to stretch out in bed like this.
Yo, when I'm in a hotel, it is diagonal all day. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
All day. King size, queen size, don't matter. I'm playing tic-tac-toe on that piece, man. I'm X. You got to block me. I am X. You know what I mean? All in the bed. Seriously. See, some of y'all don't understand. Some of y'all understand is like, man, you just go ahead. My family is amazing. My family never want to be apart from them. But when there is some space, you got to take up the space, all of it. So, Nolly, I'm with you. Enjoy that. Yo, we want to jump into it. We got a lot of we got some cool stuff to talk about. A little teaser. We all seen Spider-Man. We're gonna talk about it generally, and then we're going to spoil the shit out of that movie at the end. So we'll give you a warning if you have not seen Spider-Man yet. For those that have, definitely stick around. Spoiler alert, it's really freaking good. It's really, really freaking good. So we're gonna get into the depths of that. First thing, Omar catching back up.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, you had not seen the Odyssey yet.
Nope.
We talked about the Odyssey at length before, so we won't go super crazy, but I wanted to get your thoughts on how you felt about it.
It was cool. That was I'm always down for like a good frolic adventure, and I'm like, okay, I remember Odyssey. I remember parts of Troy. I got to
It's
watch
like
it
the
again.
original Frolic Adventure.
Yeah. From way back, I think the thing that shocked, or that not shocked, but like surprised me most was what was taken from the Odyssey, even like the Troy and stuff like that, and what
Mhm.
wasn't. Because I was expecting more of like them being in the fight, and then maybe like more than like him going back home. So I was, and the portrayal of him as like a very grounded and humble man, and I'm like, no, I know what you are. You're an ad. Yeah, you're cunning, you're sly, and you're arrogant. So like that
Yeah.
difference was, it was fine though. It's fine. I'm like, okay, there's a different portrayal of him, and I think more than I felt more in the other one, he was the cost of his men at times, whereas this one it seemed like the men, his crew kept like messing up or whatever, or they were the ones. It was doomed to be tragic, even though it was his
Yeah.
actions that caused a lot of his crew going fucked up in the book.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation. I think, from the original text, there are definitely moments when Odysseus share some remorse for Troy, right? But
Yeah,
for the sacking of Troy.
yeah,
But they really, really lean into Zeus's law in the movie,
you're
right?
right.
So they make it much more remorseful, and they make his actions reverberate. Literally changes the world, right? Like what they did with Troy literally changes how the world reacts. Um, I love stories like that, where things are it seems simple, but events are such a singular force that it
Yeah.
completely changes how the world operates. Like even on a smaller scale, like I think of sorry, I'm about to spoil a video game. Um, there's a character in Sekiro who was so strong that these other invading countries could not take over the land until he died, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
singular forces like that completely changed the world. Or like another good example, another video game spoiler, in Elden Ring, like Radon was so strong he kept the stars from falling, right? And like the stars could not fall, and fate could not continue on its natural path until he was dead. Like that kind
Cold.
of stuff to me is very,
Cold.
very dope. So the way that Odysseus, and we're not going to spoil it. There's some really cool revelations near the end, of Nolan's version of
Yes.
Odysseus, of the Odyssey, but just them being the terror and them having influenced the world the way they did, I thought was a very cool thing. But yeah, like Odysseus was known for like the trickery and the slyness and things like
Yeah.
that, and so he is shown to be resourceful,
Mm-hmm.
but the trickery is not there, like in some of the text and things like that. So it is a different, obviously, interpretation is what it is. But you did enjoy it overall,
Oh yeah,
or
I enjoyed it. It made me going through like a whole deep dive too of like because like I know the basics and I know like
yeah,
10 years but I didn't realize like, oh, there was Memnon that was a dude from Ethiopia that came and he was matched in skill and strength with
right,
Achilles, and I was like, wait a minute, they referenced him, they gave him that name in Eyes of Wakanda, they gave him that, so like seeing that I'm like, oh, that was
yeah,
great. And my favorite part, as you called it, when Odysseus was stringing the bow, and then he's like, he always gives his prey a chance, a fighting chance to like run, and then he plucked the bowstring,
coldest
and the
thing in the
sound of it,
movies, man.
was so, I thought that was a very unique thing because I knew the bow would
You
be like, oh, him restringing the
you
bow is
know
the whole
how
thing,
much
but
you know.
so
I
unique.
can't wait for the NBA season, because that
They're
is going to
gonna,
be someone's 3-point
yep,
celebration.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Someone's going to be like,
bang.
you know what I'm saying, run back down the court. I can't wait. Or NFL players going to do it, like line of scrimmage. Here it comes. Like it's going to be like, this is very, very dope. Um So it's funny you mentioned that, and there's been an uptick. I am one of many. So I love how these things happen too. Since the Odyssey came out, obviously there's been like a huge uptick in sales of like different, translations of the Odyssey and all sorts of stuff and reinvention. Um, Also, there's been an uptick in players playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Nolly, I want to bring you in on this because Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of the most debated Assassin's Creed titles. What how do you feel? How do you feel about that game? I guess in comparison, because you can look at it a couple different ways. You can look at it as a game on its own, or you can look at it compared to other Assassin's Creed titles and like people, is it a truly Assassin's Creed title? Like what were your thoughts about that?
While I did enjoy the Demigod Simulator, I feel like it had a lot of bloat. Um, and I don't think it's a game where I want to be like, let me replay that. Black Flag,
Really?
hell yeah, I'll replay the fuck out that shit real quick. But I was like, I'm good. I'm comfortable with how it,
Interesting.
like, I didn't 100%, all the achievements like I normally want to, but like felt like a
Yeah.
solid 87 was good. I made good efforts.
So I may be in the minority on this. I
I mean, you are a
love
minority.
Odyssey. I am. I am. I love Odyssey. I agree. It has a lot of bloat.
So much.
Um, the game itself is huge, right? The game is huge.
Mm.
Um, it has a lot of bloat. I think the folks that are like, you aren't really an assassin. Like, of course, there's the first Blade DLC that kind of ties the more assassin roots and everything into it. Uh, so I understand all the criticisms. I love playing that game, and I'm kind of love playing it now. Uh, so what's interesting, and I can't remember. Maybe someone can look it up real quick. Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out in what year? What year did that come out? Um, it was a lot of
Whatever
stuff
year it
going
is,
on at the
you're gonna
time.
feel old.
So
2018.
2018.
Ooh, before COVID, that's a whole decade ago to me. It's almost a
Yeah.
decade.
So here's the thing that's wild about that is that because you mentioned Black Flag, Nolly.
Hmm.
When I got resynced, Black Flag resynced, I played about 5 hours of it. I like it. I did not fall back in love with it. Like I don't know if my memory of it was a little more nostalgia. Like I really liked it when I played it, but like it is not like it did not have a vice grip on me. When I picked up Black Flag, I'm sorry, when I picked up Odyssey, I was like, oh, I'm back in. I think the thing that's
Yeah.
driving me the most is I love the Cassandra character of Odyssey.
Hmm.
Like I think she's one of the best. I think she's one of the best Assassin's Creed protagonists in the series. I really do. And so apparently the story is Cassandra was supposed to be the only protagonist of that game. And then they freaked out because they were like, wait, is this game going to go double wood because we have a woman protagonist? And so they allow you to pick Demos, who is and like when you hear the voice acting, you can tell he was tacked on. Like he's just nowhere near. It's like it's worse than like the male shepherd, female shepherd of like Mass Effect, right? Like there is a gaping hole for the talent, the voice talent between those two characters, and this is worse. Cassandra's awesome. Like Cassandra is an awesome character. And so I'm just like I'm in her story. Like I think I've just enjoyed it. I like the combat. Yes, I like being a demigod. Like it's kind of like you are, like I like that kind of fantasy of it. And you can definitely make the argument that it is like the least Assassin's Creed game. But also, you know what is not fair, but also my take on Assassin's Creed? You know what the best Assassin's Creed game ever created is, in my mind?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, you
You
can say
mean what?
Yote, but I would say Ghost of Tsushima even more.
Still.
Ghost of Tsushima
Mm-hmm.
is the best Assassin's Creed game ever
Yep.
created. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I make no apologies for that. I believe that
Yep.
100% in my heart. But anyway, like it got me back into playing it. I've just been playing it a lot. And like the DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey is really good. There is a lot of bloat there, but like also the stuff I never played before because I played it when it first dropped or close to when it first dropped. I didn't realize it had a bunch of Odyssey tales. Like,
Nice.
I just killed the sirens, like, yesterday or something, and like, I gotta go fight the Cyclops soon, kind of a thing. Like, I was like, okay, I never played this part of it because it kind of came out after I stopped playing. So I just been saying the Odyssey's been kind of cool to get back into, and from that perspective. But it's been a huge uptick, obviously, since the movie came out. Okay, I wanted to move to some other stuff real quick.
Yeah.
Well, Nolly, have you been playing Black Flag, the Resynced?
No.
No?
I've been I'm like 70 something hours into Planet Crafter right now.
Mm.
I've ignored all of my responsibilities, all of my MMO progressions. Dead by Daylight ain't seen me in a hot little minute. Listen, the eugenics got me. Listen,
He's
I was
messed up.
in there. You get to create life and then pick what it looks like. I'm like, nope, he's ugly. Oh, that's cute, pink and purple. I like that. You get to live. Or when I make cuter ones, I'm like, let me take this other DNA sample out and put this one in because I prefer that on my planet. Anyway, I'm having a great time. It's like The Sims, but like diet.
Fair. That's dope. Okay, I did want to pivot to recently Batman Cape Crusader, which is an animated show on Amazon. Second season just dropped. I think it just dropped like this week, last week, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Monday.
Like, look, we ain't gonna talk about it a ton, and I am writing a column on it here soon for blacknerdproblems.com. Which, if you haven't been to the website, please check the website. It is gorgeous. We have announcements coming about the memberships and things like that soon, but it is rebooted. It looks amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna be dropping a column on that soon about Batman Cape Crusader. Season 2 is out. Omar, as a career Batman skeptic,
Yep.
you love this show. Why do you love this show? Tell me about it.
I don't love the show. If there is an emotion beyond love, this show. It hurts me to say because Batman got Ted Kord killed. I don't care what anyone says, but this Batman, absolute Batman, you come here. You've done no wrong. Batman Cape Crusader, get over here. Get over here. Rewriting at dawn. Like there are no words. There are no words. It goes hard. It's a really good look at Bruce and the flashback. Even season 1, the flashbacks to how he became Batman, the night of the death of the Waynes. Shit gutter, man. Shit's gutter. I'm with it. I'm with it.
And here's the thing. I kind of feel a couple different ways about it. I agree. I think it's awesome. I think it probably is doing well, but we know it's not super popular because the trolls have not gotten a hold of it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like,
they're, the Gordons are black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got people of color, just non-white folks in popular characters all over the place. For those that have not seen it, it is animated, obviously. It is the early years of Batman, so, you are, at the very beginning, people think Batman's still a myth, right? Yeah. So obviously Batman is fairly new in the crime fighting space, but also it is set in, this is kind of one of the things I kind of want to get into a little more complex, but it is, I guess you would call it like Prohibition era, right? Like they riding around in pretty old cars with Tommy guns for the gangsters. Ain't no cell phones, ain't no satellites, right? We just analog out here, baby.
Mid-Atlantic
Batman ain't
accent
got
on
that
high.
many gadgets on the belt. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no HUD, right? Like Batman out here, he is out here just raw, right? Like he out here fighting crime with his fists, my dude, right? Like, ain't no jet. You know
No.
what I'm saying? Ain't no jet. You know what I'm saying? The Batmobile is like a souped up, Cadillac, maybe, right? And so it's so grounded that is very, very cool. Seeing, like, I think my favorite part is just seeing all the different iterations of these villains, of these characters, these characters we've been seeing forever. And it is so hard to make Batman feel fresh.
Yeah.
There's a new Batman series. It feels like every year, right? It's so hard to make Batman feel fresh. And the two freshest versions of Batman are Cape Crusader and Absolute Batman right now, right? Because there's these cool reimaginings. So I have a lot of things to say. I kind of want to keep. I'll keep for the column, but it is very cool seeing these characters reimagined, and also just goes left a lot, right? Like there's an episode in season 2 where you think it's going to be a Poison Ivy episode, and it's not, right? Things like that happen all the time. Like you see this different version of the Riddler. You see a kind of they play with the Solomon Grundy thing a little bit, right? Like there's just some really, really cool stuff. So I encourage people to watch it. I got a couple nitpicks with it that I'll get into at some other time, but I'm loving it. I'm loving that. But Omar, I want to talk about it because you don't ride for Batman like that, but I knew you liked this, so I was like, let me bring it up.
I love the Robins. I love the Batgirls. Even I love Alfred. Even.
I mean, Carrie makes an appearance. The Robin, who ends up being Robin in Dark Knight Returns.
Season 1. Yeah.
Yep. And she comes back for an episode in season 2. For those who don't know, so it's pretty dope.
I don't know if he's doing it in the first season. I assume he was. I'm like, yo, why is this shit like back in that Community episode when Troy asked Abed, or like, well, why are your movies so good? When he was dressed up as Batman, I'm like, yo, why is this bang so hard? Written by Ed Brubaker.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So we'll check in on it. They dropped the whole season at a time, so I'm almost through it. So we had a rant about Blade last time we talked, right?
Yeah.
And Blade, we're not going to go super deep into Blade again, but that seemed to be symptomatic of the MCU has canceled a lot of projects lately, and a lot of them seem to have something in common. So there's a really big but in here.
Yeah.
That is significant but not an excuse. But we're talking about Wonder Man. We're talking about Eyes of Wakanda. We saw what happened when Ironheart dropped. Captain America got his own movie, then pretty much got put on the shelf. And now Steve Rogers is coming back for Avengers Doomsday, right? What's going on with the Marvel Negroes, yo? Like,
segregation.
No Marvel for niggas. Like, what's going on?
They redlining the Marvel heroes, the black ones. That's crazy work.
But listen, it's not just the black ones. We ain't seen Shang-Chi in a hot motherfucking minute. Eternals.
Yep.
Not holding my breath. Not gonna see them again.
Now Shang-Chi did get, he's in the trailer, right?
Even
the trailer for,
and how long
he
gonna be in the movie? 5 minutes, probably.
We don't know how he's getting a movie. Yeah. It's years later that they're giving him his sequel finally. I guess it's been like 5 years, and I saw Eternals as well, and it's been even longer for them. So it's real. It's strange phases.
It's strange, and we're not talking doctor, okay?
So I think two things happened at the same time. And because capitalism is what it is, it dictated how they're going to move. Um, the most significant thing is that Chadwick Boseman passed away, right?
Mhm.
Because depending on what they say and everything else like that, they were trying to supposedly the new faces of the MCU once we moved off Captain America, or once we moved off of Steve Rogers, once we moved off of Iron Man, it was going to be Black Panther, it's going to be Captain Marvel, right? Um, so Chadwick passes away, and the Black Panther thing is completely up in the air. And then I don't know what you really want to say about Captain Marvel. I don't know that it underperformed,
It definitely did
but
not.
it
Got
got
it.
caught in this culture war, right?
Yeah.
And Disney slash Marvel, they just didn't support. Now we got a Marvels movie, so maybe that's not fair. We got a Miss Marvel TV show. We got the Marvels, but um, I saw something like I think Brie Larson really believed that like she was told she was going to have the keys to the Jeep,
Mhm.
right? And they decided not to do that. And
Yep.
so when their original plan, which Omar, what was that group called? What was that group called? I'm blanking in the comics. Black Panther, Captain Marvel,
Oh, the Ultimates.
The Ultimates. Like I really do think they were trying to move towards an Ultimates type of like
Mm.
next phase.
Mhm.
And I think when Chadwick passed, and then everything they were dealing with Captain Marvel, I really do think I'm not giving them excuse. I
Yeah.
don't think they handled it well at all. But I think those things threw a wrench in their plans, and they were like, okay, well, I guess we gotta bring back freaking Robert Downey Jr. I guess
Yeah.
we gotta get Steve Rogers back in here, and Thor's still around. Like Thor was supposed to be done, right? Like Thor was
5
supposed to be
movies.
done. Like Love and Thunder, like that was supposed to be the swan song. Okay, got a kid, blah blah blah.
Listen,
I'm going off into the
the
sunset.
fact
And
the fact that they
so,
shoved more Thor down our throats after Dark World, like,
Mhm.
but we can't get
yeah, but if
shit.
I feel you, but we still got Ragnarok. Like I will take the Dark
Listen,
World trade off to get Ragnarok. Right, Love and Thunder not so
they could have
great.
just skipped to
Not so
Though
Ragnarok.
great.
I love Christian Bale's portrayal, but we could have done without Love and Thunder. But I will take the Dark World hit to get Ragnarok. I feel like that's an acceptable trade off. But we should be done with Thor, or at least we should have been done with Odin's son,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, there's no reason like the Hulk stuff was always weird, but like they set up Amadeus Cho to come in, never happened. Um, Ironheart was supposed to be part of that next wave. We've talked about
And
that. So I don't know, and this is part of the reason that like we're gonna obviously talk about the thing that has like really really brought me back to the MCU, which is Spider-Man. But um, it's one of the reasons like I think I'm part of a lot of folks that have just grown in apathy for MCU films because we just doing this shit again. That's what it feels like. We're
Mm.
just doing this shit again.
It's a
So
little
I don't know.
wild to me. Like, obviously, they knew what they were getting into when they booked this Marvel deal, right? Disney knew what was up. Marvel knew what was up. They knew all the characters they had. They got internet access. They know who we was trying to see. It's the fact that you'll introduce all these characters, pour money into projects half-ass, but not market certain ones,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then be like, "Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
it
right.
failed."
We
Bitch,
were
an
right.
Yo.
AED works to save a life, but if you don't put the patches on and follow the instructions, it's not going. If you gonna release shit and not promote it and be like, "Hey, by the way, it's coming out next week and we're dropping everything in one shot."
Yep. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? And it's certain fucking projects. We're even getting a technically WandaVision season 2. Did you know how long it's been
Yeah.
since then? Too fucking long. Too fucking long. But then we have to sit through Vision Quest? But you're gonna cancel Wonder Man?
Wonder Man was. I want. So you have Daredevil, right? You have Daredevil Born Again, which is done really, really well.
It is, because he's a white man.
Outside of that, Wonder Man has to be the most successful MCU show, at least critically acclaimed, in like years.
Took an Emmy, yeah.
And you're starting to hear more since the cancellation came out. You're hearing from the writers, like, oh yeah, writers are supposed to take place. They never really, like, they saw the writing on the wall. We're like, wait, we should be gearing up to start season 2, but none of us have gotten this call. Like, they knew. And that's really disappointing, fam. That's really disappointing. And you hate to say that this is a pattern, but I do think the culture war stuff is just, they've caved to it a bit.
Yes.
They've given ground that one to alienate folks. If anything else, like, the Odyssey should show that, like, no, like, attack them head on, fam.
Yep.
Like, make the stuff you believe in, and it's gonna do well, and they'll just have to, like, cry their tears in the corner. But I feel like Marvel has been very subservient to this very vocal online force that don't want to see black folks, that don't want to see women, don't want to see queer folks, like, don't want to see these other stories outside of their all-American folks.
Which is so stupid, because, and then in the same breath, these people will be like, I read the comics. And I'm like, okay, so where's your media literacy that you get mad at folks of color and shit when you supposedly read the comics?
Yep.
And it's littered everywhere you look, every page you flip, every fucking panel, there's a person of color. Sorry, if you want to live in a world where it's just white, just go outside. Just go outside. And that's it. Stay out of fantasy, because it's literally fucking fantasy. Number one.
It's tough.
If you need a specific fantasy, just join an AOL chat room for Klansmen or something. Because at that point, I can't help you. Go on Wattpad and read some Klans fan fiction. Because that's the only way you're going to get what you're looking for. Stay the fuck out. Good shit.
It's rough,
Ruining it.
It's rough.
Or you can watch Friends.
Friends. Go fucking watch Friends. Suck my dick.
Yeah, so I don't know. We gonna again, Avengers Doomsday's coming out. We'll see what that yields. Like, I'm gonna see it, but it's weird because I feel like Spider-Man Brand New Day, which we're gonna get into in a second, has just extended and exploded my interest in the MCU. But then when it's offset with all the projects that aren't coming, like, my enthusiasm just wanes. Like, it's tough. It's really, really tough.
I would sit through another Moon Knight.
Okay, we beat around the bush a little bit. So, wanna say, first off, this first part, no spoilers. We're gonna talk general impressions about Spider-Man Brand New Day. All three of us have seen it. All three of us enjoyed it thoroughly. So we're going to talk non-spoilers, but we are going to get through that pretty quickly and then spoil the absolute mess out of this movie, talking about some of our favorite parts. So we'll give you a big, big heads up on that if you have not seen the movie yet. You can come back and listen to the spoiler section later. So, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let's get the logistics out of the way. It is already had the biggest opening in the history of cinema. Like, it passed Endgame. Like,
power of Peter Parker.
It is, though. I was listening to someone say, like, okay, we can talk about superhero fatigue and blah, 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 blah. So far, the only characters that are immune to whether it's people getting mad on the internet about stuff or people being tired of superhero films, the two characters that are immune to that are Batman and Spider-Man. And Batman wishes it could do these numbers. Like, this is crazy. Like, so what I told my family is, I was like, hey, I can't remember what day it was, like Tuesday last week or whatever. I was like, hey, I'm going to go see Spider-Man because I need to see it because we're going to talk about it next week. And I obviously just want to see it. And I was like, y'all want to roll? And they're like, yeah, bet. I was like, cool. And like, I tried to get tickets. I had to go out to Sunday just to
Yep.
get like 3 seats together. I
Yep.
was like, oh my God. Like, I did not realize that the hunger was there like that. And then we get through the weekend and see all these numbers, and it's like, yeah, that's what I experienced. Like, it was packed. So, Nolly, why you think it did what it did this weekend?
Listen, because he did the, and then he did the, and then he did the, and then there was a lot of, and then there was some, and it was given. Listen, I bought my tickets Tuesday night for Thursday night, and I got good. I could pick between 4 different theaters. What I couldn't get was my fucking bucket. Okay, I get there, I ask for the bucket, I pay for it, and then he turns and goes, "We literally just sold the last one." And my husband goes, "Can we get the one in the display case with the lid?" And he was like, "Fuck it, you paid for it." And I was like, "That's what I'm talking about."
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Got my little bucket.
Yeah. Omar, just off the top. Why was it
Tell
masterful?
me why.
I mean, I say what you want, but Peter Parker, Tom Holland, man,
He is Peter
it's the
Parker.
it's the perfect blend of your. Toby was really far one way. Andrew was really far the other way. This dude is he's the perfect middle ground for Peter Parker. Like, oh, he's annoying. Yeah, he talks a lot. Yeah, but we also saw his growth in the as Peter Parker, his maturity as well, in these years of being away from his people, and then what that's done to him. And it's a Spider-Man story. You don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, you know what you're gonna get because of the Sony exclusive deal, where you're gonna have 2 other characters have to be in that film.
Right.
But they, that which it could throw it off, it could not. But like they made it work here. It kind of felt like what actual New York would feel like with these other characters there.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's what made it. It felt like New York after like the Knicks one. Like, yeah, this is a lot of stuff going crazy right now.
Yeah. It was a very human story.
Yeah.
It was a very grounded story about loneliness and needing your people and community and what that means, and actual, of course, there's always the Spider-Man quote, great power, great responsibility, yada yada. The subtext of that is sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? The subtext of that quote has always been about sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for these gifts, for safety, for control, like that kind of a thing? And we actually see the embodiment of it through the premise of what Peter's going through, like what he feels, and which doesn't mean he's correct. You know what I mean? Like, his premise may not necessarily be correct, but he's doing what he feels is right to protect people. And you can understand why, but he's sacrificing a lot, right? So I mean, Tom Holland, he's the GOAT Spider-Man. I mean, you can talk about, it's so funny because people need to be counter or whatever, and like, yes, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 is a classic. It is one of the best comic book movies of all time. I will concede that, right? Like, as a movie, it is, and I get why people always want to go back to that. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that's ever put on a costume. It just is, man. Like, ain't no debate no more, man. Like, you can appreciate all these other things, but like, what are we talking about? So he was amazing. I was actually surprised they gave Zendaya more to do than I thought they would. Yep. Though my wife made the point of being like, I'm glad Zendaya's been in a lot of successful movies this summer. Can she get her own shit, please? I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Also, I have to say, one of the funniest jokes I saw was someone was like, oh, listen, I really would love for them to introduce Black Cat into the MCU. But she got to be black because Peter don't mess with the white girl.
Yep. I saw that.
best. The best. Peter said,
Nah, I'm all right.
Oh, no.
Nigga said, hide him in the building. Yeah, you have a nice day, man. You have a nice, yeah.
I've had
I'm good.
Peter was alert. He's like, I'm allergic. I actually have an allergy. Lactose intolerant. I'm sorry. But no, I thought, and then Nolly, this is kind of one of the last things we'll say before we start spoiling stuff. They kind of gave us a good Punisher and a faithful Punisher inside the Spider-Man film.
Yep.
I was like, he's still kind of real rap raw. Like, I was a little surprised by that. I thought they balanced that really, really well.
That's what I was here for.
That was cool. And I guess it helps that they are older, right? It helps that they are older in terms of like the whole cast and the core of like Spider-Man and MJ and all that. So that helps, and that'll get into the spoiler part of that. We kind of talk about that in a minute. But no, like I thought the Punisher parts were really, really good. I think the most debated thing is the quote unquote villain reveals, or at least the antagonist of the film, and how they fit into the larger MCU, and then the larger Marvel history of that character, and a very different characterization than we're used to seeing. So I don't want to give that away. But appropriately terrifying for the power set, right? Appropriately terrifying, a legitimate real threat that I thought was balanced very well for what could be a global Avengers level threat, but was still a very local story that didn't feel like it needed to go outside of New York for it to be appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Very small potatoes. This is
very small potatoes.
Very small potatoes we're dealing with.
You know what this movie also did? I feel bad because there was once upon a time I was trying to petition for a Black Widow movie before they gave us a Black Widow movie, which I think was like 5 years too late, in my opinion. For ScarJo, Florence Pugh makes you forget ScarJo was Black Widow.
Listen, my husband texted me. My husband called me yesterday and he was like, I sent you the funniest Black Widow meme. And I went to open it thinking I was going to see ScarJo. And I was like, ugh, is it really funny? And I was like, oh, never mind. It's my girl. It's my girl.
Like,
we're good.
Like that's tough. Like, I feel bad. For she put a lot of years into that character, fam. Had a very heroic death, sort of. And like went out on her shield, so to speak, right? And Florence Pugh was like, no, I'm the captain now. Like, it's tough. That's tough, fam. Because ain't nobody asking ScarJo to come back either.
It's the characterization, man.
Everybody came back, and they were like, nah, we good.
You don't have to.
But no, like her small potatoes, like good use of the cameo there, for sure. So, okay, I am giving the biggest spoiler warning right now for everybody watching, everyone listening. Big spoiler warning. We're going to spoil Spider-Man. Please do not be in the comments talking about, I can't believe y'all spoiled the movie. I am doing the biggest wind up here for y'all to get the hell off if you have not seen it. But please come back and catch our commentary on this once you've seen the film. If you haven't seen the film, you're one of very few company, because everybody apparently saw the film this past weekend with the numbers that it did. But if you haven't seen it, spoiler. Okay, let's get into it. Nali, kick us off. What was your favorite part of the movie, please?
Listen, when Jean was jumping through people on the street talking to Peter, and she made that man walk in front of a car, I said, Marvel.
But hold on. You you dark as hell. You know why?
I am.
You know
Sorry.
why?
I'm in therapy. I'm healing, not
Because
healed.
because that was your favorite part, and not
Listen,
the brother giving the monologue on the street. That's not where you went
he was
first.
up there. He was up there because he popped in my mind first, but then I was like, wait. Then she made that guy walk into the street. That monologue, fucking sick.
He stole
But
the
even
show.
better, Zendaya on the roof. I said, literally, my theater was very vocal. I was in the hood. But as soon as that shit happened, I said, your mother's a bitch. Oh, my God. I believed it.
Listen,
I was a little aroused then. I was like, oh, my God.
listen. Here's the thing. If I was Peter, Jean, I'm really sorry. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what happened to your sister. I'm sorry for putting you in harm's way. I should have believed you. We should have done things differently. 100%. I'm glad we all good now. We all good. You saved my life. Kept my heart, kept my breathing going. Saved my life. I appreciate that. If you ever do anything like you did with MJ ever again,
Square up.
I will end you
Square
right
up.
here, right now. The eyes are going to go black, and I will not be held accountable for my actions. Like, that was some of the dirtiest stuff ever.
Cold.
Those are on-site citations right there.
Absolutely.
Couldn't believe that. I would not be able to let that go. No chance.
Never.
No chance.
No amount of therapy would help
No
that.
chance. Omar, what's your favorite part?
I guess honorable mention. My favorite part is him and Frank arguing, and it works so well because of their age differences. And everyone, folks are like, "Oh, why isn't he like that with Daredevil?" Daredevil, he sees himself in that. He knows he's close with Daredevil. With Spider-Man, he's just doing this this is a kid just trying to do good, and they're frustrated with each other. My favorite when he tells, "Hey, don't kill her," he's like, "I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna handle it my way. Just go." Just go. The second hand, just go. That was my favorite thing. But I think
their chemistry is crazy. Chemistry is crazy good.
The biggest thing was my overall favorite thing. Him talking to Bruce Banner, and he's like, "Oh, I can make a, I can inhibit
suppressor,
make an inhibitor. Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I can do a universal one?" And then Banner saying, "That's dangerous. You shouldn't do it." But Peter went and did it anyway, which gives us the mutant inhibitor collar. And within the comics, I was trying to look it up. I don't think there's ever, I could be wrong, but I don't know if someone in the comments knows. I don't know if we're ever given a creator for that. It was in the movies of X-Men, it was given to Bolivar Trask, who created the Sentinels.
Right.
In the comics, I don't know who the creator is. We know Forge made a ray a blueprint for the ray that took away powers, but that inhibitor collar, we don't know who the creator of that. For Spider-Man, Peter Parker, to be the one that introduces that in the MCU, and the mutants are going to have to deal with that, it would be interesting to see what his relationship is with the X-Men and mutants going forward, because Jean will know it. And
we got more tortured Peter on the way.
Yeah,
we got more tortured Peter.
Yeah,
coming their way. Yes, 100%. Omar, I didn't even think about that. No, that's a really good point. And it really does tie into the impulsiveness and the immaturity and short-sightedness of Peter being like, "Oh, I'll just make a universal one." It's like, yo, you know what you're saying, right? Like, Bruce even tells him, like, "Fam, like, I don't think you want to go down that path." And Peter's just like, no, it's all good. I got to just figure this thing out. And he set a pretty bad precedent with that, right?
This is because I did a video on it. We didn't see Uncle Ben get got, but we know what happened. Like, we didn't see the actions that Peter took that got his uncle killed. This is a great replacement for that. Yeah, because you had the best intention. I got to stop this threat. I have to. What other thing do I have? Okay, all right. But then, as soon as you gave her over to damage control with that still on, the floodgates are open now. You cannot take that back. They done put the HDMI cable into that part. They're like, "Oh, we done downloaded the specs. Yeah, we got HDMI, no input. Oh no, we got it now. We got it now. They have to run it through the VCR or nothing. We got this now."
Oh, we're running that through Bluetooth, dog.
Yeah. You can't take that back now, and
can't put the genie back
on him. That's on him now, and I love that for this character, because that really does make you. that's a great way of making you connected to a whole nother set of people, because not just like, oh, I can't. It's not just, oh, Jean Grey is a cameo here. No, Peter Parker created the friggin' Universal Inhibitor, and
Yeah,
that's gonna have ramifications throughout the MCU for like for years to
that's a
come.
great point. I didn't even think about that. Nolly, I'm curious, what was your range of emotions at the very beginning when you're like, wait, the story is how many years later?
Mm.
Peter's
Listen,
been in isolation for how long?
listen. I was like, Ned, what's that on your chin? Why do they have hair? And my husband's like, they're literally in college. And I was like, they were just in high school.
Hmm.
No,
Oh, not just in
no.
college, graduating.
Graduating.
Yep.
And I was like,
Like
nope, no thank you. No thanks.
I was like, damn. So like this is like 4+ years in the future, and Peter's been grinding.
Yep.
Crime is way down. He done Mondani this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And brought the crime down. But that, but he he don't get to jump in the pool with a suit on,
Nah.
right? He ain't really getting to enjoy it. He ain't getting to enjoy it, fam. And I was like, this is tough. This
Hmm.
is tough. And I mean, you would assume that he hasn't really, you get the flashback of him going into the coffee shop at first, which was at the end of the last one, right? But
Hmm.
Yeah. So when they
and he
just
and he
graduated
doesn't
high
and he
school.
doesn't, right? So you have to assume but he's been he's on there's TikTok and
Yep.
everything on
Following.
the live, so he sees them or he knows how they're doing through that. But you have to assume, like, it feels like when he sees Ned coming to the it was a bodega or whatever,
Yeah. What bodega?
that might be the first time he's seen them in person in like 4
Yep.
years.
Yep.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine? Like, and not far away. It's not like he moved to the other side of the country. Like,
Hmm.
that's just that like that sense of loneliness that they kind of captured, and like getting lost in the work. Like I was spellbound by that. I was like, that's rough, buddy.
And we saw the effect that it had on him too, because I feel like that was the spike in the for the spider hormones, the arachne
Yeah,
hormones.
yeah,
So like I love that led into that
yeah. He was
as
less
well.
Peter. He was
Yeah.
less Peter.
Yeah.
Um, but that was yeah, I like that part a lot. Kind of the introduction. Uh, so okay, the most controversial part of the movie
Hmm.
is the characterization of Jean Grey.
Yeah.
So Jean Grey is the antagonist, or at least the primary antagonist of the movie. Uh, we find out she's the one that's body hopping, which is a little different than her actual power set, right? Kind of.
Hmm.
Um, but if you can take it as like a unevolved, part of her powers, right, in terms
Telepathy.
of
Yeah.
her telepathy, then you can make that work. But it is a different kind of thing. So she's hopping in people's bodies. She's trying to find a way into damage control, and using like the prison escape and all this other things. Um, through pretty much all origin stories for Jean, there's different versions of her having different upbringings.
Hmm.
She ain't really a delinquent. She ain't
Mm-mm.
coming like from like a broken home. She's
Mm-mm.
not really coming from tragedy. Not really. Like fitting in and things like that. And when Charles gets to her, that's one thing, but not like sister, kidnapped, and like this is a different thing. So, and Jean Grey's kind of, paired with Scott. We're talking some old school like origin stuff. Like they're like the Boy Scout and Girl Scout, kind of like of X-Men. Like they're by the book, and they're the morality barometer for a lot of the X-Men, right? You could tell who breaks bad versus who's pure lawful good kind of thing
Yeah.
based on them for the most part. So Omar, as an X-Men aficionado that you are, how'd you feel about this portrayal of Jean Grey?
I liked it. I don't really have a problem with it. I do. I think when she put dude in front of that car, I'm like, damn, like how are we gonna come back for that? But like X Men do X-Men do wild things. And also you got
They
my
do some wild
sister.
shit.
I hey Peter, I done told you. I done told you. You didn't listen. All right, I know this is gonna get to you then. But like we don't dude might not have been killed. So we don't get any if we don't know if they're killed or anything like that. But I think it's a cold what better way than to put a new spin on a character because yeah, she's girl next door. Yeah, no, like you said, no big tragedy. I think in a retcon, maybe she had a best friend die, and Xavier had to like block that from her mind. That might have been from
Yeah.
a movie. That might have been whatever comic. But like, and she had her sister, and there was a whole thing with that. But what a good representation of that, and what someone and a character. I wasn't. That's not the person I was expecting. I was expecting like see Jean Grey. I was not expecting her, and to see her like moving through this, I'm like, yeah, it's a fresh take. And again, you got the things that happen when you fuck with family. Peter was gonna kill dude that shot his father. He was going to kill him until he realized,
Yes.
oh wow, this is the same dude I let go, and then that guy he died because he stumbled back after Peter. He was gonna kill Peter, but he stumbled
Yeah.
back and whatever. Like you had to have been there too. You know what this feeling is. You got my sister, and I'm hoping she's alive. I'm hoping she's that, and I can't see her, and you're experimenting on her. Like what? Who wouldn't go through any length to be like, you are in my way, and you don't know. You think you're being a
Yep.
hero here. You don't know, and then in the end,
Yep.
oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you're sorry. It's a little late for sorry, buddy. It's a little late for that.
It's a little
So
late.
if anything, I wish when Peter came through and was telling her like, I know I'm wrong and everything like that. I wish she had already put the glass in dude's face and like was already like had carved him. Like let's go. There's always the you don't want to do this. You don't want to be killer. I'm always gonna. I mean, give it a try. Let's see. Maybe you do want to do it. Maybe it's a one and done. Maybe it's a one and done. Oh, this will change you forever. Maybe it won't. So but I would have liked to have seen her like taking it in there. But I did love when he lets her into his mind finally, and then her taking the place of Aunt May talking to her. I'm like,
that was a good scene.
Writing.
That was a good scene.
You writing.
Yep.
Right there. You writing.
Nolly, what do you think of Jean Grey?
I kind of liked how fucked up it was with the jumping bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like it, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we're talking about superheroes and we're talking about powers and how they're dealt with, and the first thing, the introduction to Jean Grey is her just taking away people's agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty, it's the you'll never dismantle the master's house with the master's tools, right? So like, it's an allegory for that. So no, that was kind of wild.
Do you remember the Denzel Fallen?
Yeah.
That shot was when
body jumping. Yep.
Yeah, the body jumping as well as that the monologue that was straight. That was straight from Fallen.
Oh, it was great.
Beautiful to see, and I like that. It's a much more visceral representation of telepathy and taking over someone's mind than. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I'm real tired of the fucking.
How are you? But Omar, how are you going to know I'm using my telepathy if I don't put my
exactly. Well, as soon as I see somebody at Harlem shaking, okay, Gene's working. But it was dope seeing that in the telekinesis like explode. Like you just you fucked up now.
Very 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 quick tangent for me, just because we watching it a little bit with my daughter. Omar, did you make it through the first season of Free Run?
Yes, I did.
Nolly, did you watch Free Run? Did you watch that?
I've started it. I haven't finished it. I get distracted. Okay. I got the ad HUD.
So Omar, like as a counter to like the putting the fingers to your head kind of thing, when they are fighting the Free Run clone or decoy, and they think they have it beat, and it just shows her looking at Fern, and then it zooms in on the menacing look, and then Fern's just like blown back. I was like, see, That's what needs to happen
Yep.
with
Yep.
telekinesis, man. Don't give me some big symbol. Give me the I'm concentrating on you, and now you messed up. Now
Exactly.
it's about to be over.
That's how you do it.
No, just kind of remind you saying that reminded me of that. So it's wild, and you know they've kind of changing topics a little bit within Spider-Man. I think we've all seen they did the pretty overt homages to like all the Spider-Man comic book covers and things like that, like in the beginning shots and everything. There is a lot of Sony's Spider-Man from the games in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Spidey tracking app is all that. It was a little deceiving, but I kind of like it when Spider-Man has like the power fist joints. Yeah. It looks like Miles' Venom Blast.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw the trailer, I was like, wait, I know they not. And then I was like, okay. Like, man, don't do that to my boy like that. Just jacking stuff. But what was there was one other one that I was like, no, that is straight from the games. Spider-Man is fighting and he kicks a dude off the building by mistake and then goes and gets him
down. Yeah.
And that has been the joke in this Marvel Spider-Man. It's like when you swing and knock someone off and then they magically appear on the side of the building like webbed up. I was like, nah, that was a video game reference, man. Like, no, that had to be. But there was like a lot of like the Marvel Spider-Man games referencing that. In the which I thought done in a way that wasn't like hokey or whatever. I thought it was really cool. They took great care. They took great care with this movie, with the references and with Peter's characterization. I thought they just handled it with a lot of care, and it comes through. And I think it's gonna rank one of the best superhero films ever, probably. Mm-hmm. I do think it's going to be in that conversation. I think it's that good. Where do we go from here?
Question, man, because it is a good movie, but I did find at times I'm not mad at the introduction of Jean Grey, but I am like, at what point will we kind of get tired of seeing like, all right, we got the Scorpion, that's one Spider-Man villain, but like I'm like, when's it gonna, you know what I mean? Like when's and the Hulk's here, and Punisher's here. Even though it worked and it made sense of the story, I'm hoping maybe in the next one I kind of want to get back to like all right, this is me and Tombstone. This is me and me and the like. I already saw the Lizard. Like, you know what I mean? I want to get back to the. I mean, I guess he already ran through the Sinister Six. I guess. Damn, who's what?
Pretty much.
Like Mr. Negative or something. Like, give me I'm kind of missing that element of it, but
for sure. Nolly, what are you gonna say?
When he visits Aunt May's grave and he's like, I'm not going to do this alone anymore. I said, baby, when have you ever been alone? It's always been Spider-Man and friends. Every fucking movie. You was rolling deep this movie. What do you mean? I'm not going to do it alone anymore. When have you been truly alone? Stress me out.
Go ahead, Omar.
The bullet through the Frank Castle's the sniper bullet through Peter, taken right from Ultimate Spider-Man, where he took a bullet for Captain America, and it was Punisher that fired it, aiming for Cap's leg.
Yep.
So that I was like, oh, we're getting Miles next, because I thought that might have been it.
Now there's some debate. Mm-hmm. So the after credit scene.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be Peter fighting in Doomsday somewhere? You know, or is that Miles?
I figured that was Miles.
coming from another dimension.
Miles.
Maybe.
So Tom Holland says they have a plan. He says they have a plan to introduce Miles. Or at least he said he is conceived of a way to bring Miles in. It sounds to me like he fully wants to do that. Like, like, please take it off my hands kind of a thing. And also, I mean, I guess, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but like some people have said this was the beginning of a new trilogy. So I don't know if they're going to do like straight up like, okay, we have 2 movies planned after this. Now, we all know the Sony deal and making Spider-Mans and all that, but specifically, like, is there 2 more Tom Halloween movies? I don't know.
I'm assuming so.
He gonna be in that
But
suit till
he says
90.
he said he's got a plan. So the Miles thing, I think it's not tricky, but after this Blade shit, this Wonder Man shit, you want to restore some of the feelings. Like we could really use like we're not gonna get Miles in this Avengers movie coming up. But what should come after this Avengers movie? If we go to Secret Wars, we have to get Miles.
Yeah,
we have to get Miles at that point, right? Like he's actually super important to the story, at least the newest Secret Wars. So I don't know. Try not to get my hopes up about that. Like, I really want to see Secret Wars on the big screen, but I don't know that you can really do it across one movie. Like I can't see it.
No.
But I guess we kind of talked about a little bit. Kind of last thing we'll say is we talked about some of the attractions. Obviously, we talked about the MCU stuff that's not happening. Coming out of Brand New Day, are you excited for Avengers Doomsday, or are you just excited for more Spider-Man?
More Spider-Man. I'm giving it a shot. But it feels like cash grab. I'm like, and which is fine. I'm fine. That's why you make movies. I'm just like, I'm like, why it don't feel the same to lead up. But I'm like, all right, but at least if Peter's there. I'm rocking. I'm rocking.
Omar, back to you, and we've told the story a couple times. Omar and I were in separate theaters at separate times seeing Into the Spider-Verse. And it's at the beginning of Into the Spider-Verse when Miles first meets Peter and he's like, hey, I gotta handle this real quick. He's fighting Green Goblin. Was it Green Goblin? Yeah.
Kingpin. He was working the Collider.
Kingpin, but he was fighting, yeah. And he does the whole sequence where he gets to the top of the machine, and Omar and I in separate theaters had the same thought. This nigga the best superhero of all time. This nigga the greatest of all time.
Ever do it.
It's the best ever do it. And you feel that watching Brand New Day. Like,
yeah.
Peter Parker does encapsulate all the things you want from a superhero.
Yeah.
Just does. And Tom Holland was awesome. I think the script was pretty tight. Yeah. Great flick, man. Great flick. I honestly thought that the Odyssey would probably be the best film I saw this year. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Sounds crazy to say that, but I don't know. It's really good. Final thoughts, Nolly? What else you got on it? Final thoughts on Spider-Man?
I really liked it. I am a little tired of like the short villains in MCU projects, but I won't put too much on it because at least now we have mutants, like official mutants and not specials.
Right. Omar, what about you?
Oh.
Also, go ahead, Nolly.
Also, I know it wasn't just me, but was she on a bus to Westchester? Because it looked like she was heading to Westchester.
So I thought the after credit scene would be the bus getting stopped.
Same. I thought it was going to be something with bus.
And I thought Patrick Stewart was going to be in the middle of the road in the wheelchair, just chilling while everything stopped around them. And I thought that would be the scene. Like I thought that would happen. I thought we'd see Charles. And so I just say that to say, Nolly, like I assume at some point making their way to Westchester, right? Like we see, like we know in Avengers Doomsday, like we see the school is like, so the school existed, right? Like that's the first shot in the trailer is like them and the dilapidated like remains of the school. So we know the school exists. It's coming. So I think that's a really good guess. I think that's good for us for now. Please check out the revamp site. We have memberships going up. Going to be discounted going through September 1. More information about that soon. I'm very excited about that to welcome in the the Black Knights coming in for Black Nerd Problems. But also, if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit that 5K by the end of the year. But signing off, I'm William.
Omar.
And we'll catch you next time. Peace.